It's Monday, March 16th, 2026, and we got a lot of weather to talk about in today's video, so let's jump straight into it. So let's talk about yesterday's severe weather event that we had, where we did actually have a straight line wind damage area over here in parts of western Kentucky. From Mayfield all the way up there towards Elizabethtown, we had a confirmed straight line wind damage area. We had we had a big squall line. We also have a straight line wind damage area for Marion, Illinois area, and a possible weak tornado damage area over here in parts of Missouri. That's going to be near Charleston, Missouri. Then we did have a significant tornado, severity significant confirmed tornado that touched down over here, parts of Alabama, which is pretty crazy. And so that was yesterday's severe weather event. We also had some trees come down and stuff. But anyways, let's talk about today now. So we have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk going from Florida all the way up towards New York, where there could be a few scattered severe storms today. Then we got this level 2 out of 5 yellow slight risk, which goes all the way from Florida to New York. Then we got this level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. That goes from southeastern Georgia all the way up towards parts of southeastern Pennsylvania. And then we got this level 4 out of 5 moderate risk. So the moderate risk actually goes from Florence, South Carolina, all the way up towards Washington, D.C. Also includes Raleigh and Richmond. So this is a pretty big severe weather setup that we have over here. And it's actually pretty crazy. I was not really expecting a moderate risk to be issued. So if you check out the tornado risk, you can see we do have a 2% tornado risk. If you see this, the tornado conditional intensity group 1, the hatching, right, that you see right there, that's like if a tornado does occur, it could be pretty strong. So like if a tornado occurred in here, it's a low chance, but it could be strong. So then we have this 5% tornado risk as well. That goes around it, and then the 5%, the 10%, and then the 15%. Those are just the probabilities of the tornadoes and stuff. Here's our 15%, which is that yellow. Then this the 10% is the yellow. Then we got this 15%, which is the red. So if you're in this red, you really need to be staying aware. These are the areas that we could be seeing tornadoes the most. But pretty much if you're in any of these areas, we need to be staying prepared for tornadoes. Now we do got some wind risks out here. So severe thunderstorms are going to be a big problem with this. Winds and stuff. So we can see that we have a wind risk all the way over here, but you see those colors are different probabilities. We have looks like we have a 30% wind risk, which is this red. Then we got a pink, a 45% wind risk, and then a 60% wind risk. And then we even have a wind conditional intensity group 1 out here. So we're expecting some strong winds out here. And anywhere from Florence, South Carolina, through Raleigh up towards Richmond and Washington, you guys need to be staying really prepared for this severe weather event. And then the places that will be seeing hail the most will be in this brown area, but hail is not a big concern. So let's check out the future radar so we can talk about what these storms are going to look like. So you can see they're going to be pretty much like a line of storms. Have a few storms develop in front of it as well. But you can see. Actually, is this snow on the backside of it? Anyways, that we'll have that line push through. You can see we'll probably have maybe some storms, maybe some rain before the storm gets to Richmond and stuff. But as you can see, we're gonna have a lot of rain, a lot of storms over here, and some could be producing damaging winds, tornadoes. So yeah, there might be off and on rain in some of these places out here, but you can see this is the future radar of this storm, and you can see, look at all the snow that pops up behind it. This can cause reduced visibility and travel problems. So that's just what the future radar looks like. Let's switch over to the dew point so I can show you guys our cold front that's going to be coming through. So it's going to get cold. Alright guys, it's going to get cold. So let me show you. Look at this. See this cold front that's going to push through? We have all this moisture, and that cold front is just going to push right through there. So that's all that moisture that's going to be pulled up in those areas. Okay, now let's switch over to consecutive available potential energy. This is CAPE, consecutive available potential energy. You can see we're going to have some of this CAPE up here that comes up right there. So we're going to have a little bit of CAPE. We're going to have some CAPE. And if we switch over to helicity here, let's check out helicity. Here is helicity. we're going to have a pretty good environment out there for potential rotating storms. So here's just to give you an idea of, like, this is the helicity. I'm still learning what it is, but you can see this is helicity. Definitely some rotating supercells will be a possibility. Rotating storms will be a possibility out there. My bad. Here's our significant tornado perimeter. You can see that we're going to have some, it's not the biggest levels, but we're going to have some of that. Supercell composite, looks like we're going to have some of that as well. So, supercell, composite, supercells are going to be possibilities. So, that's what's going on. So, please make sure you're having alerts on today if you live in this area, as this is a big severe weather setup, okay? This might be a historic one because we haven't seen a moderate risk over here, I believe, not for like a while. I don't know when we saw moderate risk over here, but this is a rare setup and a pretty dangerous setup. So please make sure you're staying weather aware. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but this is a dangerous type of storm system. So yeah, and then tomorrow, there's not going to be too much severe weather going on. There might just be a few thunderstorms down here in southern Florida tomorrow on March 17th. So St. Patrick's Day, if you're down here in southern Florida, mainly in this area, there could be a few thunderstorms, okay? So that is what's going on. So yeah, let's stop talking about severe weather and let's switch over to excessive rainfall. We're up here. We're expecting some potential flooding today. Up here, excessive rainfall is going to be a possibility up there today. And then if we switch over here for March 17th, 2026, St. Patrick's Day, these are areas that we got to watch for possible excessive rainfall. And then continues in that area for actually a pretty long while. So the next few days up there in Washington, could be seeing some excessive rainfall. Okay, so now that brings us to the precipitation outlook by the Climate Prediction Center. So here is the precipitation outlook. Let me get it. Yeah, here it is. Right here, you can see that looks like we're going to have below average precipitation likely in some of these areas. Above average up here, above average right here, and normal in that gray. So that's precipitation outlook. If we check out the temperature we'll check out the temperature anomaly here soon. But here's the temperatures. You can see that we're expecting above average temperatures in this whole part, okay? We're going to have a lot of warmer temperatures most likely over in those areas. We also do got this normal area, and then we got below average temperatures up here. So let's switch over to the temperature anomaly so I can show you guys what I'm talking about, then we'll wrap the video up. So here we go. You can see here's our cold front right here. That cold front's going to push through. That warm air is still having to push through. So yeah, it's about to get cold for a lot of you guys here. There's that cold front. That cold front's going to push through. Then look at all this warm air that builds up back here, and that's going to cause some warmer temperatures, which is why we even have like some kind of heat warnings and heat type of alerts out here right now, I believe. So yeah, just make sure you're staying hydrated out there. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're staying weather aware today if you live in those areas, and I'll see you in the next weather update video. Have a good day, and bye.